Hello guys, so welcome to your nutrition database tutorial. So this is going to be quite short and sweet. It's basically just to show you how to use this nutrition database in order to get more knowledge and competence when it comes to changing your diet and adding more variety to your diet. So it's making sure that you're never going to get bored of eating the same things all the time, and it's going to make sure that you're getting a lot more variety and feel less restricted, and also feeling confident that you're eating within your targets. Okay, so whatever your calorie goal is, your protein goal, you're going to make sure that you're eating within those goals or eating to those goals and not missing out. And this is like a lifelong tool that you can use, even if once your journey finishes with me, or you reach a particular goal and your goals might change, or you're just trying to maintain for the rest of your life and sustain what you've worked so hard for, you've got this tool here to just always refer back to if you ever feel like you're off course, or if you just want to change things up a little bit. Okay, so I'll share my screen right now and we'll get to it. So this is the nutrition database here. So you'll see that we've got my logo and stuff over here, so we don't really need to pay too much attention to that. But you'll see that there are 1, 2, 3 meal templates, or 3 meal plans on the template that you download. So this is what it will look like when you download this as well. If you've got it already, then smashing, you might want to open it up as I go through it, but it's probably easier just to watch all on this and then have a browse through once you're done. But this is broken down into breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, dinner. Obviously, you can change these things as well. If you don't really follow rigid meals or rigid meal times like this, then you can also change it. If you are not someone who eats breakfast, then you can just ignore that kind of column. But yeah, you can just change this to whatever kind of eating habits you follow. You'll see that there's a food column. So these are all the foods that you are eating as part of your plan. You'll see there's portion sizes. We keep that pretty simple in terms of 100 grams or whatever, and how many portions you have, protein, carb, fat, and calories. Okay, and these all get tallied up in this end column here. And at the bottom, you will see the actual total that they all come to. So if you are following 1900 calories, for example, then you'll be able to clearly see that you're eating within that target. If you are over, under, whatever else, it also goes for your protein target as well. Most of you will be following protein and calories. I don't think many of us are really focusing on carbs and fats as well. So if you are just focusing on protein calories, then you'll be able to clearly see what you're eating. It also gives you a clear idea if you're anywhere near that goal, if you're far off it, and just where you can get some extra calories or extra protein to make up for whatever you might be lacking. So if we scroll down as well, you'll see that it says a little message here, all ingredients are raw weight. So if it's something like rice, for example, it's going to be uncooked rice. So this is where it's important as well in your diet. You want to make sure that you are eating the same thing that you are measuring, okay? Because 50 grams of rice uncooked and 50 grams of rice cooked are, very different sizes. So we want to make sure that everything you are measuring out here is the raw weight. And then obviously when you are preparing it, you're still going by that measurement, rather than putting 50 grams in here and measuring out 50 grams of cooked rice, for example. Might be like microwave rice or something. So just be cautious of that. Obviously, you'll be able to input microwave rice, like the little packets. If that's what you use, you'll be able to put that into your food diary. But yeah, make sure that things like chicken, mince, all that kind of thing, you're using raw weight measurements, because that's what I've got here in the database. Sauces, seasonings, all that kind of thing, you can use them. I would say for seasonings, you don't really need to track them so much. So if it's like powder, like herbs and stuff like that, then that's cool. If you're using sauces, just be more mindful that they're going to have calories in them. Things like Nando sauce are all kind of fairly low calorie, particular hot sauces, that kind of stuff. But if you start getting like barbecue sauce and marinades, they tend to be a wee bit more calorific. So just be mindful of that, and you might want to log those if you're using a fair bit. If you use like a wee tiny dollop of like tomato sauce, then it's probably nothing to worry about. But if you have like a big swedge it with like every meal, then you're probably going to need to log that, because there will be calories there that will be uncounted for. Diet drinks, diluting juice, coffees, teas, these are all class. They're fine, they're low calorie, you don't really need to worry about them. When I say coffee, I mean like a normal coffee, not like a big frappuccino monster type thing. These you'll need to log. But if it's just like tea coffee with a splash of milk in it, then that's cool. You don't really need to worry about that too much. And yeah, you can make your food swaps. So this is what this is all about, making food swaps that are going to be filling for you and are going to be satisfying, foods that you like eating and that you enjoy, rather than force yourself to eat stuff that you don't particularly like. So let's have a look at, oh, don't freeze, please. Oh, come back. So yeah, let's have a look at this. So the 3 meal templates are here, and you can change your calorie target, like I said. You can change whatever the goals are in line with what I have set you. If you don't have anything just now, you should, but if you don't, let me know, and I can work on this. And I'm more than happy to work on these meal plans with people as well. If you feel like you're a bit stuck, then just let me know and I can go through it all. We can book in like even a quick Zoom chat like this, and I can just help you create a meal plan. But it's really not complicated. But like I says, I can help you because this is what I do for people. So we can go through it and make sure you're having foods that you enjoy. But yeah, we've already said, make sure you're getting your protein and your calories. If you feel like there's certain things that you don't like, so for example, if it was the almond milk, you might want to change that for just normal milk. Oops. So we would switch that out and look for milk, and you'll see there's all different types of milks here. The semi-skimmed, there's coconut milk, like cooking milk, all that kind of thing. So if we want to maybe substitute it for semi-skim milk, because that is something that you like, maybe like me, I wouldn't put almond milk on my cereal, for example. So you might be the same, you would prefer just semi-skimmed milk, then that's cool, you can change that out, no problem. If you don't have Cocoa Pops, you can change that out to a different cereal that you might want. And if you're not sure of what is in the database, then you just scroll down to this at the bottom. And this is something that you can change as well. So in the actual database, you're going to be able to add foods. So this, like I say, this is just lots of foods that I've found clients eat regularly, like things that I've come across just for doing meal plans and stuff for clients in the past. These are the type of foods that they eat commonly, and I just add them in. I find either the actual packaging that the food comes in, or MyFitnessPal is a good way to find. I would tend to go to the packaging first of all, because I find that would be more accurate. Sometimes on MyFitnessPal, there's all different measurements that come up for all different stuff, which is why this nutrition database is going to be a bit more reliable for you, rather than using MyFitnessPal and getting lots of different results for lots of different things, or for the same thing. So you can add stuff into this database as well. Okay, so once you've downloaded your template, it's yours to muck about with and to add things in. So if there's foods that you regularly have, then you can add them in, no problem at all. So yeah, we use portion sizes, like I said, and we tend to keep it to like 100 grams normally, because you'll find that on the packaging most commonly too. For foods, it's like 100 grams, and that's just an easy way to compare different foods too. And then you've got your protein makeup, how many grams, carbs, fats, calories, and all that kind of jazz in here as well. But yeah, all you need to do is just add the food in, add in these columns, and you're good to go, and that food can then be accessed when you go back to your food diary. Okay, so that side of things is really simple. And like I said, you just tailor this to your own eating style. So if you don't have breakfast, if you're not a snacky person, you don't need to have those there. What I will say is, when you go to add a food in, so I've shown you how to change foods out, how to make substitutions. If you want to add a food, so say this is your breakfast here, or if you're having a mid-morning snack and you also want to have, let's see, a wee protein yogurt with your strawberries, okay? So if I add that in, nothing's coming up in this column here, or in this row, should I say. Nothing's shown up in the row in the nutrition breakdown, and that is just because the formatting isn't in those cells here, okay? So if I click on them, then the formatting isn't shown up compared to all this stuff that you see up here in the top bar. So what I would do there, and I'm just going to delete that out, and I can copy all this down. So I will hit this one, copy, and then go to the row below, paste. Okay, so I can delete obviously that formatting out from there, but it means that all the formatting is now in these cells. So I'll go back to the strawberry section, and then I was going to put in a little protein yogurt, and you'll see that this all changes here now. Okay, I'm pointing to the screen, like you can see what I'm pointing at. I'll use my mouse, that will be more helpful. Yeah, so you'll be able to scroll along here and actually see the nutrition breakdown now. Okay, if anything comes up, sometimes like the hashtag and stuff might come up if it is invalid formatting. If anything like that ever happens, just give me a shout. I might just need to send you a new template or something like that. But yeah, and I can help you fix it, so don't worry, because if you're a bit stressed about spreadsheets, please know that I am not a genius. So if I can work this, then you'll be absolutely fine. Okay, this is just a tool. Okay, and I really want you to utilize it and make the most out of it, because it's so effective, it's so handy to have, and I've had really great results from clients who have used it. And like I says, don't feel like you don't know how to use it. If you're struggling, then obviously make sure you watch this carefully, because there's nothing here that I've shown you that you wouldn't know how to do now, or anything that I've missed out and shown you. So just make sure you've given this a watch. If you're still not sure what to do, then give me a shout. And like I said, I'm more than happy to help people create some meal templates if you're struggling for ideas and things. But this is going to be great if you are struggling with food ideas. If there's every day you're maybe a bit low in protein, then you can look for foods that are high in protein. You just go to your database and look for high protein foods, and you'll be able to find something there. So you'll be looking for something like, here you've got some chicken fillet skewers. That could be a nice wee snack. That's high calories, a high protein, sorry. There might be a protein bar or something. There'll be all sorts of ideas in there. If you're struggling to make up a meal, then like a high protein meal, for example, then you might want to look at the proteins again and look for like chicken or something that's quite high in protein, and then you'll look for a carb source, then you'll look for something that's got some good fats in it, and then you'll add some veg in, and that's just how you're going to build yourself a meal, easy peasy. And it really is as simple as that, and it just makes life so much more simple, but also make sure that you're still getting to eat foods that you enjoy. So yeah, make sure that you utilize this. You ask me if you need any help with anything. I'm just making sure I've not missed anything out here. Yeah, so this is just going to give you the freedom to make changes to your diet when you need to, and give you confidence to just enjoy your diet as well, and know that you're eating in line with your goals and you're going to get results because you're sticking to your plan pretty well. If I scroll down here, so like I said, your goals will be going in here, so your calorie target, your protein target, maybe carbs and fats if it's applicable to you, but for most people we don't really use that. They might give you some supplement advice. I tend not to be honest, just because that's a bit out of my scope. I don't really, I wouldn't tell people what supplements to have. I would always recommend a vitamin D, just because that's like a government guideline, because we're not particularly blessed where I am anyway for sunshine, and most of my clients are, yeah, I think all of you just now. I don't think I have anyone who is not in Scotland just now, but yeah, vitamin D is just a kind of standard one. Maybe a protein shake or something as well for people who are struggling to get enough protein in just through their diet, through like their meals and stuff. Water, you might have a water target as well. 3 litres might sound a lot, but if you are a lot lower than that, don't panic. Like, not everyone has to be drinking 3 litres of water or anything like that. This is just an example, but you put whatever yours is in there. And yeah, there's just some more info underneath, and there is obviously going to be a link for this video once I've finished filming this, which is now. So yeah, have a scroll through this, guys. Make sure you make the most of it, get using it, get playing about with it. It might be a bit fiddly at first, but just like if you've used MyFitnessPal before, the more you do it, the better you get at it, just like anything else. So yeah, get stuck in and let me know if you have any problems, and all the best getting using it. I hope you enjoy it.